Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you all are doing well. It's still the new year, so happy new year to you all. It's only the third day of 2022. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. I hope you had a great weekend. We had a visitor come. Jack Frost came to visit us in Hamlin County in East Tennessee here. Becca, we got like 4 inches.
Yeah.
We got a lot of snow. Now here's the thing. The snow came, but the weather was still about like high 30s, 40s right before it snowed. So the ground never got wet enough for any of the snow to stick to the roads and everything. So it's still super safe to drive and all that. But in our yards and everything, it looks very beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful. Becca's kiddos got to play in the snow. Becca had a Facebook post. And it took her longer to get Beckett in his snow gear than it did for him to get sick of it outside.
It's a whole lot ridiculous. A whole lot ridiculous.
I'm the same way. Growing up, my mom would drag us down the road. We would go down the road up this big hill, up Moose Pool Hill, Becca, to TWRA, and we would sled down this hill. But it was like it was a bit away from the house.
But that hill was worth it.
The hill was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
We would walk there. So when one of us got tired, we had to suck it up. Because if Mom and Sarah kept wanting to sled and I was tired, I had to suck it up. Because I couldn't walk home alone. So I just remember being there and waiting for them to get tired of it. And then I'd be like, okay, fine, I'll get back in. And then we'd go down. Oh, we were numb, but it was so worth it. I love those types of memories growing up, and that's what Becca is doing with her children. Even though it takes her longer to get them dressed than they even want to be in the snow,
oh my gosh,
they won't remember getting dressed. They'll remember being outside.
They're gonna remember it this morning because I was like almost in tears trying to get those freaking gloves on those tiny fingers.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
Keep your fingers straight. I can't. I remember when I was a kid, oh my gosh, I hope my mom is here because I'm totally ragging on her. She always made us put our feet in gallon Ziploc bags before we put our shoes on so that like you're sliding everywhere in your shoe. And this morning I was like, maybe I should just put my kids' hands in Ziploc bags and then put their regular mittens on. Maybe that's what I should do.
Maybe that's the key.
Yeah.
I've heard of people doing that with bread bags, like saving bread bags and doing that with bread bags. It's a great idea because when your feet gets wet, you get miserable quickly.
Yes,
when any of you gets wet. But also, it's really expensive to buy snow gear for kids because they grow out of them so quickly. I get the struggle.
Yeah, Missy says mittens instead of gloves. See, the problem is here in East Tennessee, we rarely have snow. So, like, the availability of snow gear is just non-existent here.
No.
And all they had there were mittens, but they weren't like water repellent. So I have since ordered. My cousin lives in Michigan now, and she messaged me and was like, "Get these! They're amazing. The boys love them." So
perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. But guys, I hope you're doing well. If you got some snow, that's amazing. If you're sick of snow, I'm sorry. I think it's very pretty, and this is the snow I love when it's still safe to drive. I can come to work and enjoy my time at work, but I don't have to. I don't have to worry about it. It's the safe type of snow, which I enjoy. I almost got in my first car accident when it snowed, and my manager at the grocery store I was working at told me I needed to come in. And I almost got my first wreck because of snow. And I'm a little bit of a nervous driver anyways, and with snow, it's horrible. But the roads are pretty much dry here, which is great.
They're good here.
And today, we're going to have a super fun live stream. This one is geared towards, again, beginners. And not really even beginners that have their machine, but rather if you don't have a machine, if you're looking for a machine, you want to know the differences. Becca.
Also, if you have a machine, because we've had a lot of questions over in the private Facebook group about whether or not people should get the Joy. So I'm hoping that we're answering questions there too. So even if you're wanting to like add to your arsenal of machines, this is good for you too. So it's good for everyone.
Good for everyone. Absolutely. And I hope that you guys ask some great questions. I have, again, my notes. talking points for you all. But I do want to mention we're also still running our New Year's sale. It is still $10 off of our incredible membership for right now. And to purchase that membership, you will buy our very first course, and it is only $59. This sale is going to be through the weekend or ends on Saturday.
Ends on Saturday.
Saturday. So up until the weekend. And you guys can grab that, get access to our flock, which is our private Facebook group. Becca drops cut files every single Monday. It's amazing. It's a great group to be in, and we absolutely love it. Every single time we make a sale and a new flock member is added to the flock that we are growing, we just get so humbled and so joyful because you guys make it an incredible community. So join today, please do. We would love for you to grab a membership.
And Rach, we love to call out our new members. And
yes,
so
we
obviously
do.
we haven't had any in the last 5 seconds, but I do want to I want to call out our new members from this weekend.
Yes, because we had several people join during our live stream.
Yes.
And then after our live, like the same amount that joined during the live, joined after the live. And it was amazing. So yeah, let's do that.
Hold on, I'm pulling them up now. One person loved it so much they joined twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We gave them their money.
We did.
Don't worry.
We gave it back. We have, let's see here, Michelle Carpenter, welcome.
Yes.
Laurel, Miss Janice, Maritza, who I hope I'm saying Maritza. Is that what she was
Maritza?
saying? Yeah.
I would say Maritza.
Her flock number is 666. She is a trooper about the number. We were hoping we would get somebody with a sense of humor who ended up getting that number because there's nothing we can do about
There's
the
really
order
no. We
number.
can't give you the number before or after because those are.
And she is hysterical about it. So I'm confident she's going to be one of my favorites very quickly.
Yes.
Miss Lisa Shepherd.
Yeah.
Sylvia and Whitney. Miss Susan Sharp, who is a friend that we already knew. Yes, super excited. And Lisa. So welcome. If any of you all are here, welcome to the flock. We're very excited that you're here.
Thank you so much. Also, we had a question. Before the live, we always watch the comments, and someone wanted to see a foil quilling or a foil tool video with the Cricut, and that is going to be a member-only video this week, which is amazing. We do things like that. Becca does things like that. We love the membership. We love pouring into our members, and ways that we do that is creating and curating member-only content that's not here on YouTube for free. It's only for our flock members, and that's what one of them is going to be this week.
Right. Yeah.
What are you looking at, Becca?
I'm looking. No. I'm just looking at the lighting on camera too. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I was like, what is it?
No.
Is it the shadows? All the shadows of the thing?
It's okay.
I don't think we'll need that camera at all today.
Probably not.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
I'll move it all around though.
I can adjust it on here. If
that's true.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
that's how bad and bougie our cameras are.
We love them. We love them.
We love them. They're amazing. But yeah, so I have some talking points. We're going to be going over. One that we don't have on the table. Actually, two that we don't have on the table. But again, most of them are interchangeable. We don't have all the Cricuts here. We're not going to buy them all for one video or anything like that. We're going to kind of be talking about the Explorer Air 2, the Maker, the Explorer 3, and the Maker 3 and the Joy. Differences between them, what they can cut, all the blades that you can use them for. This is just going to be a great video, again, if you're a beginner or if you have one of these machines you're looking to upgrade. My personal favorite machine is the Cricut Explorer Air 2, and that could be surprising to you all, but honestly, that's my favorite machine that I have ever worked with. In my opinion, it's had the least amount of problems, so it's really interesting to refresh myself to be able to refresh you all on just the in-depth differences on the machines. And I also got some prices, and these are going to be from Cricut's website. You can find the majority of these on sale during different times of the year. If your craft, your personal craft shop, like here we have Hobby Lobby, you have Michael's craft stores. If your craft store locally might have some good sales on the Cricut, you can buy them. So yes. Let me see, Terry, so is the membership going to be annual? That's a great question. So Terry, I did also answer a YouTube comment that you asked about. So first of all, thank you for being here. I remember you well, Miss Terry. She was asking some questions, some really great questions about the membership.
Yeah.
And the membership, it will be yearly and monthly when we launch officially, hopefully this summer. So for right now, our membership is in our Facebook group. That is where we launch all the member-only content. That's where we have all of our cut files. profiles that Becca works so hard on. That is our community. That's our bread and butter right now. Our membership, when we have our website up and running and we launch it, will be a monthly price or a yearly price. It'll be $19.99 a month and $199 for the year. And the only difference is going to be the price. You do pay more if you're a monthly member than a yearly member. You save a little bit, and that's it. We're not holding anything back from our monthly members if you choose to be monthly rather than yearly.
Yeah, because we get it. Like, we understand fixed income. We're both on fixed incomes. Yes. And we understand that $200 or whatever we happen to have it priced at, is a lot of money at one time. And so we don't want to say, hey, just because you can't afford to spend $200 right now, I'm not going to give you the commercial license or this XYZ. Like, we want to make sure that all of our members have all the exact same benefits.
We don't want to hold anything back just because you're on a fixed income, because that's not fair to us. I see an exceptional question. Jen says, when you get a new type of blade, like a deep point blade, do you have to get a new housing too?
That is a great question.
Yes. So the deep cut blade comes with its own deep cut blade housing. If I'm not a Cricut guru and I'm not trying to push you to purchase all of Cricut's things, I would say you most likely, you could put the fine point blade in the deep cut blade in the fine point blade housing and just buy the replacements for the deep cut blade, etc. Cricut doesn't want you to do that. They want you to buy the different housings for the different blades. Now, I could be 100% wrong. It might not work at all, but I really think there's absolutely no problem with having your fine point blade and putting the other blades in it, because it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. So these two have nothing in them. I'm just going to grab a fine point blade. I'll be able to tell you in 2 seconds. Pull this one out. Pulling out our fine point blade. Don't let me forget this is just a fine point blade.
I'm going to put it on camera too so they can see what you're doing.
Hands. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
And it feels secure, and it's not like...
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. It locks in.
I figured it was.
This one locks in. Now this one is the
fabric. The bonded
fabric tip blade. Now let me see though. There was something interesting about it. When I put it in here, you can barely see, like I can put my finger on the tip of that blade. But then if I put this in the other housing, my flipping fingers, if I put this here, oh, you can see a lot more of the blade. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Well, do they fit in the housing? Yeah, they fit in the housing. They fit in there. That's a great question.
So, Rachel, a couple of good questions already. I love that we haven't even started, and we who knows if we ever will. Can the Cricut Maker do embossing, and what is the difference between embossing and debossing?
Okay, this is great. If you want to flip it back to me.
Yep. You were already in the corner up there, but yes.
I was in the corner?
You were in the corner.
Becca.
Mm-hmm. So they can see your pretty face.
Wow, I'm blown away.
I know.
Embossing, debossing, the only tip you can do with your Cricut is debossing. That's the tip that they sell. There's a debossing tip, there's an engraving tip, which those are the two that I get confused about a lot. Now the debossing is only for things like paper. The engraving tip is for things like metal, aluminum, some acrylics, things like that. Yeah, embossing I think is a totally different thing. I don't emboss. I don't know. But I know that with the Cricut, you can get the debossing tool, which is like, honestly, the tip, I don't think we have it. We do. Honestly, it's not even worth showing you. It looks like a tiny bubble on the top. You can't even see it. Even if we flip the camera, couldn't even see it. It's just like the rounded tip with just a little bit, like a half circle.
Flip your material. So you would flip your material
and then it would be
and then like mirror it to get it embossed instead of debossed.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You would have to do that on some seriously thin cardstock.
Yeah.
Because and again, showing it is not even going to help because it's so tiny, honestly. But if you had this in your hand, that is not deep enough to do much, I don't think. So emboss and deboss, they're just, okay. What is the pink housing? That is the fabric bonded blade.
That we never use, but I bought just because we needed to have everything
That's
for you all.
And I don't even think we do still. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah. Yeah, we've got all of them. There's 13 total, if you guys didn't know. There's 13 just tools that you can use. That also includes the scoring stylus, which is funny to me that a pen is not considered one of the tools, but the scoring stylus is, whatever. But so there's 13 in total, including the scoring stylus, and we do have them all. We only use like 3 of them. We really don't use a lot of them. Now, the only ones that can use all 13 is the Maker and the Maker 3. I'm trying to make sure I'm not skipping anything. But the Explore Air, and I was looking at this, the Explore Air 2 and then the ones previous, the models previous, the only big differences between those is that the Explore Air 2 has the USB and Bluetooth capability, which is crazy to me. And it's same thing though. It cuts over 100 materials. It can be used with 6 tools, 6 out of 13 tools. The Cricut Explore Air 2s go for around $250, but again, that's kind of high. I've seen them way cheaper. That we've seen them for like $150, $130. They're pretty darn affordable. Now, going back up to the Explore 3, now it jumps from Explore Air 2 to Explore 3. I don't know why it does that. I feel like it'd need to go Explore Air 3 or something like that. I don't really know. I don't know. But the Explore 3 is the next one up, and it's $300, right around $300. So a $50 price difference from Cricut's website for the Air 2 to the Explore 3. That's not a bad jump, honestly. $50 is not a bad jump for the Explore Air 2 to the Explore 3. Sounds worth it to me, honestly. The only difference between the Cricut Explore Air 2 and the Explore 3, you would think it's a lot, especially with the amount of years in between them making it. The Explore Air 2 was out, of course, before the original Maker, and then this one just came out last year. That was weird. But for a $50 difference, for the length of time in between, you would think to make them, I mean, I personally would think there'd be a lot of things updated on this. The only difference is smart materials. That's it. Matless cutting, smart materials. That's the only difference. It still only cuts over 100 materials, just like the Explore Air 2 does. And it can cut 12 feet long. The matless materials are 13 inches instead of 12, but it still only cuts like 11.7 instead of 11.5. I don't think that the smart materials are anything to write home about personally. And then talking about the Cricut Maker, it can cut over 300 materials. It uses all 13 tools. And then the Maker 3, again, you would think that the jump would be significant. If you have a Maker and a Maker 3, you think the Maker 3 would do a lot more. The only thing it does that the Cricut Maker doesn't do is use smart materials. Again, that's it. That's it. We have them both, though. We have the Maker 3, we have the Explore 3. They're both great machines, but the thing is, we bought them and we haven't used them a single time for what they were created for, which is the smart materials and the matless cutting. We don't like to use matless cutting. We don't like the smart materials. We don't really like buying Cricut materials at all. Maria, don't need smart materials. No, you don't. We don't buy them. We don't have them. We don't use them. We don't need them. They're expensive too. I mean, we bought some when the machines first came out to do some tests and make some videos on them, of course, to save you guys some time and hassle. And we don't like them. We don't like working with them. Oh, and we've also never needed to cut 12 feet. I don't know who would need to cut 12 feet, but we don't need to cut 12 feet. We never have. And the Maker is about $350, and the Maker 3 is about $50 more than that at $400. So really, all of these are $50 apart in price. The lowest of those being the Cricut Joy at $179. Which, Becca, do you think $179 is a bit steep for the Joy?
I do, because I got it for $129 at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so Rach,
yes,
I'm having some issues here.
What happened?
Our friend Emily is trying to join the site, and she says she keeps clicking on a link that just has the $19.99 and $199 pricing. We don't have a page that is live like that.
We don't. Hence my face.
I'm trying to figure out where she's going. That's very interesting. Can you show her how easy it is to
Yes,
join?
absolutely.
Can you click and show her how to do that?
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. Yeah, I'm even clicking all of the links that we have, and none of them are
Going to that.
Yeah, that's.
Are you
very-
clicking our links that we provided, the one in the description or the one that I have
But
pinned in the
even
comments?
then, if I don't know how she's getting to a page that has that stuff, so that's
E-
worrisome to me. Can you
screenshot that?
Screenshot it
Email
and
it to
then
us.
email it to us. hello@oakenlamb.com.
Please do.
But we also want to help you out.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you can switch on over.
Okay.
So here's me talking right now, and we have a pinned link right here, and then we also have the link in the description. Sorry, my page is small and my cursor small. I always fix this before if I know I'm going to share my screen. But anywho, let's just click the link down here in the description. So I click the link. It's going to pop you over to our page on our website. And if you scroll down, Craft with the Flock, right here is what you need. You have the price, and you see it's crossed out because we are having an amazing sale for $59. And then here's where you click just to proceed to the checkout. Honestly, 2 clicks. It's that easy. Super, super easy. Let me know, though, what trouble you seem to be having. I'm sorry that you are having trouble. But see, you just go through, add all your information, and there you go. Yeah. I wonder where you're seeing that. I hope we can figure that out.
That's interesting.
Thank you, Emily, for that, though. Thank you, my dear. Are you back on me?
Yes.
Amazing. I'm going to unplug this because it makes my screen so small.
I tried
can't
the
read
link
anything.
and found the same thing. I clicked the pinned link. This is very interesting. Yeah, if one of you all will just go ahead and email
The pinned
me.
link?
Yeah, I'm going to send this to our web dev team because the pin link for me is coming up correctly. I'm so sorry about this, guys. Also, are you using? Well, I'm using Explore right now, and she's using. You're
Google
using Chrome, right?
I'm a Chrome gal. That's one thing that me and Becca have never done similarly.
No.
We're very similar, honestly. Me and Becca are. But I'm a Google Chrome user, which I was taught that. And it's hard when you're taught something to want to do things differently. I'm a little stubborn. I'm really not that stubborn, but I like my Google Chrome. So yeah, I use Google Chrome, and she uses Safari. Is that what you use, Becca?
Sorry, I'm still reading these.
Safari?
I use a Safari, yes.
Safari.
Mhm.
So what are they saying?
Some of them, the pin link has $1.99 for yearly. This is very interesting to me. I'm texting Donnie right now.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
So, okay, when you say the pinned link, what email should I send the screenshot to? Emily, hello@oakenlamb.com, please. Hello@oakenlamb. Is your webmaster editing your page? No, they shouldn't be right now. She's using a Mac. Are you, what internet program are you using? That's weird. Although I can't say I don't think that's not happened at Maker's Gonna Learn as well. I think that has happened a time or two. Something, I forget what the issue was. I don't remember. The pin site. I'm going to delete the pin.
No, it's oakenlamb.com. It's like
So, but they're saying the pinned one. Is the one in the description doing the same thing, or just the pinned one?
But I personally
Both
clicked
of them.
both of them in
Same.
there.
They work fine for me. The pin link is doing the same thing for me. Cat. Okay. Anyways, Becca will figure that out. For those of you that are here live, I do apologize. Is it because you linked? No, I don't think so, Jen. Good question, though. Good questions. I'm going to quickly go through. I'm using Safari. Huh. Is it because of that? Is it?
Because of what? I'm sorry.
Let me try one thing. Let me see what this does.
I'll be right back.
Boop, boop. Okay, I'm going to save the link. Let me check this. I did take that off. Jen mentioned something. I took that off, Jen. Oh, see, now you can't click it. But now you can't click it. I see the problem. Becca is calling someone for us. Fallow. Okay, hang on. Now I'm going to fix the link because I tried something, didn't work, so I'll fix the link for you guys. Sorry about that. How funny. That's so weird. Okay, I got to give you guys a good link here for us. Let me grab our link and fix it. No answer? Lovely. Okay. I'm going to add the link back because I took that off that Miss Jen said. Now I'm just going to add that back to correct that mistake. Boom. Done. We shall worry about that later because I want to make sure that you guys are going to enjoy this live. Sorry about that. Goodness gracious. They've sent us some emails, Becca, on screenshots. If
amazing.
That helps
Thank
at all.
you so much. I have forwarded them.
Forwarded. That's amazing. Okay, so we've went over the prices. I'll go over all of the tools and blades that you can use with the machines. Ask any questions you have about them and that we have them all so we can share with you what they cut or what they do. But again, this live is going to try and help people that don't have a machine decide if they want to buy one. So I guess it would also be helpful if we were able to share which machines are our favorite, which ones we use. But again, we have the Cricut Explore 3 and the Cricut Maker 3, and we don't use them for the only thing that they were created to do differently than the previous models, which is the Smart Materials. So that being said, if you can find a Cricut Maker, if you can find a Cricut Explore Air 2 that is cheaper and you aren't interested in the Smart Materials, then don't buy these, don't use them. However, if you are interested in the Smart Materials, if you want the newest and the best machines, these are fine machines. We have noticed a bit of issues in the Makers. I think it's because they have the adaptive tool systems. And anything that we have found with those adaptive tool systems, sometimes it's like it's easier to break. I don't know if it's that Cricut should have worked on perfecting the motor longer. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but we have noticed a couple of issues like our rotary blade or our knife blade not sensing, like the machine won't sense that tool, that blade in there. There are a couple of troubleshooting things you could do. I was told that you can engrave with the Air 2. Is that true? You can engrave with the Air 2 with another brand of tool. You can't with the Cricut brand of engraving tip. But you can, what is it called? Look it up. I think it's you can buy it on Amazon. It goes in clamp B, I think, for the Explorer line of makers, and it works fine. I forget what setting you use on it. We used them years ago. But again, to be honest, we don't really engrave much. We use the fine point blade, and Beck uses the rotary blade quite a lot for felt. And we use the knife blade. We don't use the deep cut blade very often. I don't think we've ever used that fabric bonded blade. And then the quick swap housing tools. So let me recap. I'm kind of skipping. We got the fine point blade, the premium fine point blade, which there's really not a difference in those two. It's gold, the premium fine point blade, and it also comes with its own housing. And I think, because I was trying to read the difference, because we'd never purchased one of those. I think the difference is that it's meant for you not to have to change out your blade so often. So you can buy the premium fine point blade and keep it for a little bit longer, like it might be better quality made or something like that. Then we have the fabric bonded blade, the foil transfer tool, which that is the foil tip with the medium, bold, fine little tips on there, and that can be used with foiling. And then the scoring stylus. So all of those can be used in the Explorer line of the machines and the Maker line of the machines. I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything really quick. Really quick here. Are the 3s faster and quieter? Shauna, that's a great question. They are faster. They are quieter. But that's kind of nor the makers. This one doesn't go any faster than the original maker does, except when you're using smart materials. That's the only time it goes faster. Same with this one. It doesn't go any faster than the Explorer Air 2 unless you're cutting smart materials. However, they are both quieter. That's a good question. Let me see here. I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything. Let me see. Oh, I don't want to skip anything. Can you engrave with the Cricut Maker? Yes, you can. You do have to have the tip to do that. So again, all of those that I just mentioned are compatible with all the machines. Now the ones that are just compatible with the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Maker 3 is the Quick Swap housing, which is a scoring wheel, double scoring wheel. So that's for paper. That would replace your Cricut scoring stylus. A debossing tip, engraving tip, perforation blade, and wavy blade. And then the rotary blade and the knife blade. So of course that engraving tip is what you would need, Sir Daddy Scarface, if you wanted to engrave with it. Rachel, can you please tell us if we have to have different blades for each machine or if they're interchangeable? Yes, Jenny. So like I mentioned, Fine Point Premium 5-point fabric bonded foil transfer tool and the scoring stylus are the ones that can be used in any machine, The ones that are just for the Maker are Maker 3, rotary blade, knife blade, and the Quick Swap housing, which interchanges the tips of the scoring wheel and double scoring wheel, the debossing tip, engraving tip, perforation blade, wavy blade. Altogether that makes 13. So the Cricut Maker and the Maker 3 can be used with all 13 tools. But again, we don't use all 13, not even close. And I'm kind of about the life of only buy it if you think you'll need it. So don't purchase all the blades just because you want them all if you don't plan on using them all. Because nothing's worse than taking up space in your craft room on things you're not going to use or need. Now, it's different if you like go into the new year and you're like, I will master the perforation blade or something like that. If you have some type of a goal with it, and you have like a premeditated, thought of wanting to use it and things that you can use it for, that's different. But if you truly don't know what they do, you're not sure if you want them and you purchase them anyways, I don't really see the point in that. Although, totally up to you. Do whatever you want to do. Let me see, I don't want to skip anything. Let me see here. Deep cut blade is good for people without a Glowforge, just saying. Yeah, sure. It doesn't cut that much deeper than the fine point blade. And again, you're still very limited with the Cricut where you're not limited with the Glowforge as much. But no, there are definite workarounds. We love giving you guys workarounds for things like that as well. Let me see. I'm late, Megan. You're not late. You have not missed much, my dear, I promise. I don't want to miss anything. I really want to make cards with the pretty foil. Do you think you'll do lessons using the debossing tip if that's what you're supposed to use? So Christina, there's actually like a foil, it's right here. There's like a foiling tip for the Cricut that you guys can use. Now there is, the pressure foil is what is used with the Cricut. So there is a foil quill out there, the We Are Memory Keepers, that is heat activated foil. This is pressure activated foil. So that's a very good thought. You thought you need the debossing tip for that to have the foil. You actually have the pressure of this little guy, which does all that work for you. And we will have some training on that for sure for you guys. Let me see. Terry, is there a way to see any of the files before we get the membership? That's a good question, Terry. So you can't quite browse all of the files that we have. However, we do have some live streams where we show the different files. We show what we have. Our library is always growing, especially since we just started out some weeks ago. Our library is not huge, which means there's always room to add anything that your heart desires. When we have a lot of ground to cover as far as how many cut files we can add for you guys and how many we plan on adding for you all. But you can't see them per se. But again, we do have some live streams in the past of us sharing those with you. And if you want to, I can share some of those with you today as well. I can go on Design Space and share some with you.
Ooh, that would be fun.
I'm all for that. Okay. Is there a way? Okay, I already answered that one. I don't want to miss anything. Rachel, can you show us what the adaptive housing looks like? How is that different from the quick change housing? Okay, so that's a good question. So the adaptive tool system is one word I've said, and the quick swap housing is another word that I've said. Now, quick swap housing is a housing for the little blades. The adaptive tool system is actually on the maker. So the adaptive tool system is right here. That's what this is. This is the adaptive tool system. It's clamp A, clamp B, and it's kind of made differently, okay? So that's the only thing, is that it holds all the different blades. Now, your quick swap housing is a blade that interchanges the tips of all of those. I know it can be confusing. There's a lot of Cricut terms too. That's one thing that I wish I knew before I bought a Cricut, was that not only is it like a whole new world with machines, but it's a whole new world like with language. There's so many, you know, definitions of things and things you need to know, whether that be with your machine or in Design Space especially. So we understand it can be daunting, and that's what we're here to do, is try and make that a little bit less intimidating for you guys. Great question though, Jenny. Continue to ask them. Love my maker for Benzie felt, worth the price. Kat, we love Benzie felt. If you guys don't know, we're obsessed with Benzie felt. BenzieDesigns.com if you want to go over there and check it out. We get paid not a dime from them. We just really love their felt. The colors, the quality, everything is exceptional. And it cuts like butter on your Cricut maker. So if you have a maker and you're wanting to buy some felt, buy that felt. It's amazing. Let me see. What is pressure foil, Jenny? So pressure foil is, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's foil that you'll like place on a piece of paper, and it needs pressure in order to release from its sheet to be on your design. It's kind of like the difference between iron-on and regular adhesive vinyl. Adhesive vinyl is pressure activated kind. It's sticky, but you know, you place it down out of pressure. Where heat transfer vinyl, it has to have a heat applied in order to be transferred down to your surface. That's a really good way of distinguishing, that's a good way of like thinking about them. So there's pressure foil and there's heat foil. So heat foil is like with that We Are Memory Keepers foil quill. You have to place it in your clamp and plug it in to heat up. But pressure foil is much easier to use, in my opinion, for sure. Okay, let me see. Becca, is there anything I can do to help? How's it going?
It's okay. Donnie's on it.
It's okay. Donnie's on it. That's good. That's amazing. I have the Explore Air. Any glaring disadvantages? No. No. The only thing you're missing on that, and let me know if you are or not, I know the Explore Air 2 has Bluetooth, but I don't believe the Explore Air does. Yeah, I think the only thing you're missing is Bluetooth, which we don't use. We love using the USB. We use the USB with all of these, which is another reason why Becca doesn't love the Joy. And I say Becca because I'm going to go ahead and just out myself here. I have never in my life used the Cricut Joy. Never had a reason, never needed to, never really wanted to. This also isn't even the company's. We did not purchase one at Oak and Lamb. This is Becca's personal Cricut Joy that I made her bring from her house. Because we don't have one, we won't use it here. Speaking of the Joy, all of these machines on a mat can cut 11.5 inches wide. This little fella cuts 4 1/4 inches. Now, you might be thinking, no, Rachel, it's 4.5. Well, we figured this out too. There's a little bit of math involved. So with these machines, you will load in a 12 by 12 mat. Just because the mat is 12 by 12, materials will not cut at 12 by 12. They will cut at 11.5 inches. The mat for this is like 4.5 inches wide. So the cutting ability on it is 4 1/4. Anyways, 4 1/4, there's no USB on this fella. You can't use print and cut with this, which is a feature that Becca and I use a lot. We love print and cut, which is really sad. Does the Joy have storage in the door? No. What limitations or special skills does the Joy have? Becca laughs. The only special skill it has, which is one we've never needed, was the ability to cut, is it 12? 12 feet wide, 12 feet long, but it has to be.
It's 20 feet long at 4 feet.
It has to be no, like your pattern or your design can be no longer than 4 feet. It will repeat that though up to 20 feet. That's, I guess, a special skill, but the limitations are exceedingly more than the special skills of this little fella. Now, I won't say that because it could be, again, I've never used this. A lot of people love theirs. You can take it camping, you can take it to little craft fairs a lot more easily than dragging one of these guys around, but it doesn't do much. Vinyl, iron-on paper, sticker paper, that's it. Cardstock. I already said paper. That's about it. Oh, and it can draw. It can draw. And is there a foil tip for this one? There is. Yes, there's a foil
special
tip.
one. It's not the same housing at all. It's smaller.
Not the same
and
pins.
it feels like plastic. It feels terrible.
Cheap. You also cannot use the same type of Cricut pins in the Joy. The Joy takes its own pins, its own housing, its own blades for the fine point blade. There's nothing really compatible. Mats, anything. Nothing is compatible with the Joy that is with any of the other machines. None of them. Except, of course, your materials if you wanted to use that. You know, like little pieces of vinyl and things like that. That's a good question, though, Jenny. Good question. I'm not going to sit here and judge the crap out of it because, again, I've never used it, never had a reason to. So when Becca has time, if she wants to, if there's a question that comes up that I feel like I can't answer properly about the Joy, I'll let Becca answer that.
Okay. Kat's right. The Joy looks really cute on a shelf. It really does.
It really does.
It's a fantastic piece of decor.
Do you want a $180 paperweight? Is that what you need?
No. Now, I did use it the other day because on Christmas Day I was crafting and wanted to be downstairs with my kids and didn't want to lug everything downstairs. So I did use it for that, but just sitting in my craft room, I'm never gonna plug it up and use it.
Yeah. Now, if you adore cards, the Joy might be something. However, I will say, PSA, me and Becca completely agree on this. We never, ever, ever, ever recommend the Joy as your primary machine. Do not get it as a first machine. Do not get it use it as a primary machine. It needs to be a secondary machine, if anything. We highly recommend getting the Explorer Air 2 or the Explorer 3 before you get a Joy. You need it. You need one of these. You don't really need this. You want this. You might need this. It might be a want to, but you know.
Do you guys have any recommendations for where to get good selections of pressure foil to use in the Cricut Maker? So I honestly have never used anything except the foil that comes in the kit because I just don't use it enough to have like replenished it. So I can't answer that. Maybe someone else here has used something and can answer that for you.
Yeah. Jenny, will it do layered stuff? It can cut vinyl that you can layer. Yeah, so that's fine. As long as, of course, it has to be itty bitty. And I hate telling you this, but she said, I really love mandalas. You don't want a mandala that small. You don't want to weed that. That would be a nightmare. I don't even like weeding regular mandalas. It takes me forever to weed them. I also like my Joy for small projects like labels or if I'm taking it somewhere. Yes, so it's very, you know, like you can just and take it. Like it wasn't me asking Becca to break her back when I asked her to bring me this. You know, it's small, it's lightweight. You can kind of do whatever you need to do with it. Also, one thing I like about the Joy is if you take it somewhere and jostle it around, you don't have to recalibrate it. With these, if you take them and jostle them around, or if, you know, like right when you first buy them, they were on trucks to be shipped here and they were at the manufacturer to be created. They're a little jostled up, and we recommend to calibrate your machine. Now, if you don't know anything about calibration, Becca did an exceptional video on calibration, so go check that out on the YouTube channel. But you do have to calibrate these, where this one's a little bit more compact. It does a little bit less. There's a little less to jostle in there. Let me see. I don't want to forget anything. Mandalas look so good when they're done, but weeding them, you need some patience. Yes, you do. And I am not patient. Patience is not my middle name. My parents jokingly will say my middle name is Patience out of sarcasm because I am so impatient. I think I've gotten better at it over the years, but I do not love weeding mandalas. Now, some people are like, oh, it's therapeutic. It's therapeutic for the first 45 minutes, and then after that, you just get tired of it. But yeah. I love my Joy. However, I also have an Air 2 and a Maker. A lot of people have a lot of machines, and that's totally fine. If you want to buy the newest and the best, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I can make a rush card with my Joy in like 5 minutes. Mary, you can. I would argue you could with the other machines too. But again, convenience. It's a convenient little machine. But I'm not here to argue. Not at all. I'm not here to argue at all. This Joy is not mine. This is Becca's little Joy. It is. I move my machine around a lot. I may need to check the calibration. Jen, yeah, if you do move it around a lot, or heaven forbid it might fall, or you do have to move it from place to place, it probably does need a little bit more calibration. However, there are signs to look for if you think it might need to be calibrated. How is it cutting your print and cuts? How is it doing with the add bleed? Do you see, more of white over here than on the other side? If you've done print and cut, you know what I'm saying. But if it seems to be cutting fine, you don't need to recalibrate it. Now you can if you want. It's not going to do anything to over-calibrate your machine. It's really not going to hurt it, but do whatever you want. I find it relaxing to work on those. Yes, Jenny. Again, to me personally, for the first 45 minutes. And then after that, I'm like, can this gecko just not have any more little places to be weeded, please? But, thankfully, I've only had to do a couple of mandalas. Now, I don't mind paper mandalas because paper mandalas are super satisfying. When you peel up that page, and all the little spots are stuck on the mat and you just have to scrape the mat. Oh, no, those are good. I like a good paper mandala. Those are nice. Yeah. So let me know. We still have a few minutes. I've read all of my notes to you guys. Let me know what questions that you have about the machines. I have an Explorer 1 old and my main machines, and the Joy and a Maker. Mary, you've got a whole slew of them. That's great.
Yeah.
And she mentioned that she
has a really
Explorer
nice
1,
craft area too.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Oh, and she mentioned that the Explorer 1 was her primary machine. See, people think that like the Explorer Airs, Explorer Air 2s are old. They're not. You can still go out and purchase them. They're great machines. Let me see. I definitely agree with Rachel. The Joy is definitely a fun want. Not much more money and you can get the Air, but if budget isn't a factor, the Joy is great for those little things. Yeah, Ariel, it sure is. My only thing is if someone has not researched at all and they see the low price point and they buy the Joy, Becca, how many people, when the Joy first came out, purchased it, didn't realize how limiting it was?
Oh, so many.
How many emails did we get and comments we had to reply to?
Yeah.
Because again, if you don't know what you're doing and you're like, I want to get a Cricut, you find a Cricut, you find a cheap one, you purchase it, you don't realize how limiting it is of a machine. That's my only thing, honestly. That's why we don't recommend it as a primary or first machine. If you have knowledge about Cricut, what they do, the differences, and you still choose to get the Joy, that's fine. Well, I totally 100% respect your decision. Totally. I'm not the one crafting with it. You are. We just want you to know that it's limiting before you purchase it. We wouldn't want someone trying to go get an Explorer 2, get a Joy, and think they do the same thing. They don't. This one doesn't even have any buttons on it, So for sure, it's definitely worth just making sure you are researching. I bought the Joy because I wasn't sure I was going to like using a Cricut machine. Now I have the Explorer Air 2 and I never use my Joy. Susan, case in point. Thank you. But yeah. I have a Joy Explorer 2 Maker and a Maker 3 and I don't use the Joy. Crystal, I understand that you changed your profile picture. Crystal, is that your new grandbaby? Crystal, I see that sweet baby. Okay, sorry. When you know the viewers forever and ever, you notice when they change their profile picture on YouTube.
Yes, I love that.
That's how you know we're a little obsessed. But anyways, congrats on that little grandbaby of yours. I can't see well enough to do weeding. Tina, weeding's hard for anybody. It's easier for us because we have all these studio lights and it's in a well-lit area. But if you can't see to weed very well, we understand that can be frustrating and limiting. We understand. My Joy was a gift, so I wasn't going to turn it down. Diane, no. You never turn down
absolutely
free.
not. Mine was a gift as well. I wouldn't. Yeah, totally.
I remember Becca came back and said, "Wayne got me the Joy." That was so sweet. Jenny's asking a question. Jenny, you must be new here. You wouldn't be asking me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. She says, Rachel, can you briefly explain the Bright Pad and what it is and suggest good lighting options? Jenny, if you don't know, I made a joke years ago. I didn't make a joke. I made a video that performed extremely well about Cricut products you don't need. And number one, meaning the one that you don't need the most, was the Cricut Bright Pad. Now, there's going to be people coming at me. It's good for weeding. It's good for tracing, yada, yada. That's fine. I craft full time for almost 7 years, 6 years, and I have never once needed or wanted a Bright Pad. We love weeding on the mat. That's something that we preach about. So we never think to take the material off the mat, because then you have to put it on the Bright Pad. Then you have to tape it on the Bright Pad. Then you have to weed it. It's a mess. We don't like the Bright Pad. However, again, I'll let some people that do like the Bright Pad chime in the comments, because I'm not here just to down you if you want a product. That's not what we're here to do. If you want a product, purchase it, and I hope you love it. There are some people that love their Bright Pads. I, however, think that they are, quote, trash. That's what I called them in one live years ago. And Aaliyah, if she's here, she's never let me live that down. It's good for tracing. If you're hard of seeing, you might like it for weeding, although I personally don't think that it helps that much. We have tested it. I don't know. Just be in good lighting. Go outside if that helps. I don't know. We've never used it. Never used it. The only reason we kept one around so long was to make videos about not needing to use it. That's honestly why we kept it around. When I upgrade my machines, I donate my old ones with supplies to local teachers and or the Boys and Girl Clubs. Maria, that's a great idea. That's a fantastic idea. All too often we have things we don't need piling up that teachers would jump for. That's super sweet. On a positive note, the Joy is a lot better than my first Cricut with the cartridges and the push buttons on the machine. Kat, listen, you don't miss those cartridges? I'm joking. I actually started my Cricut journey with the Cricut Explore Air, and that one was the last one that had like the compartment for the cartridges. The Explorer 2, I think, had like a little compartment, and then these you can like get a plug extender for them if you want them, but yeah, I feel you there. I feel you there. The Joy feels like it is made cheaper. I don't trust that it will cut consistently. Becca, have you had any problems with the Joy cutting consistently?
I haven't. I've really only cut. I have cut cardstock with it, and I have cut. Well, yeah, vinyl and HTV. I haven't had any issues. Yeah.
Good.
I wonder if you need a new blade. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to sit here and think about why it wouldn't be very consistent.
Well, no, she just said she's worried about it not cutting.
Oh, I thought she said. I'm sorry.
She said it seems like it's made a little cheaper.
Okay. I mean, it's a heavy machine. My only comment about how it's made, and I don't know, is the housing for that regular blade, is it plastic as well?
No, I don't think so.
I really feel like they cheaped out on the foil.
That's 100% plastic.
That's plastic too? Why do they do that?
Yeah.
That makes zero
sense.
But
not the bottom. Like the bottom's metal.
Yeah, but the top.
Plastic.
I don't know.
But now you have to admit the color on the foil one looks cheaper. Like that blue, you're like,
yeah, it looks like
that's
plastic. Yeah.
It looks like a toothbrush. Yeah. Or not a toothbrush, like a toothpaste cap. This is what it looks like. I have an IKEA desk lamp that she uses for that. Yeah, an IKEA desk lamp, that'd be great. Yeah. I bought a Bright Pad, not that one. I just don't do stuff to weed a lot. Yeah. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anything. Ooh, I love this question. How do you know when you need to replace your blade on your Cricut? So this is something that not a lot of people know. You only need to replace your blade. We talk about it a lot. It's like rotating your tires or changing your oil. You only need to do it depending on how often you use it. Now, there are a lot of different ways you could see your machine is not cutting properly. One troubleshooting thing that I have to tell you is to make sure your housing is all the way down in your clamp. It's easy sometimes to place your housing in there, shut your clamp without pushing that housing all the way down into your clamp before you clamp it completely shut and secure. You need to do that. That can inhibit your Cricut from cutting properly. But if it's dragging paper, if it's not cutting all the way through on paper and you know your setting is correct, that's a sign that you might need to change your blade. If your adhesive vinyl is a beast to cut and you can just tell it's just not cutting all the way through, that's when you need to change your blade. Now there is a setting in Design Space for that, and it's called the pressure setting. Right after you choose your material, it will say, it's like a little toggle. It'll say pressure default. If you click on that, you can actually select less or more pressure. When you first change your blade and your blade is super new, sometimes you might need to click less pressure, meaning that your blade will pull up just a little bit because that is such a fresh blade. Now, once your blade starts getting dull, you can click more pressure, and that will help your blade by pushing it into your material just a little bit more and help you get a couple more weeks out of that blade and some more use out of it. So, great question, though. I love that one. Love that one. Let me see here. Can you use Smart Vinyl on the Cricut Maker? You can. You can't use it matless. You cannot matless cut on the Cricut Maker. You can cut matless on the Cricut Explore 3 and the Cricut Maker 3. But if you want to use Smart Materials on the Cricut, you can. It's kind of like vinyl. Now, there are specific settings for the Smart Materials that you're not going to find on the Cricut Maker. But if you use a regular vinyl setting with more pressure, it should cut fine. But again, don't waste your Smart Material. The only reason you should be using your Smart Material is to matless cut with your machine. Otherwise, don't buy your Smart Material. It's not worth it. It's way too overpriced. Way too overpriced. April Rhodes has been asking a question. April Rhodes, can you comment your question? It helps to know you have commented, but it doesn't help if I can't find it. And I'm scrolling
I'm so sorry.
up.
Normally I would look at these, but I'm trying to get this fixed for you also.
No,
because we have members who are wanting to purchase.
doing like 7 jobs over there. I don't see an April at all in here. Anna, I'm looking for April. Can you copy and paste that for me, please, Terry? I can't see anything. I'm sorry. We're trying to answer every question. I don't like leaving a live with a question unanswered. Not my favorite thing. Thank you, Rachel, for answering my question. Sir Daddy Scarface. That is what I'm here to do. I'm so excited. I'm going to take a drink while I hopefully can hear from Miss April. I recognize the name, April Rhodes. Let me see. I need the floor stand magnifying glass lamp. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 153 she posted. Cat. I can't go back that far. I can't go back that far. Let me know if you know what it was. I like to answer all questions. Please let me know. But this has been a good live. Thank you guys. You've asked some exceptional questions. I love talking about these machines. I love it. You guys know I love Cricut. I love talking about all these machines. I need to use the Joy just to say I've used them all, but I haven't. April, here we are. April, suggestions have been made to use the deep cut blade on cardstock for cleaner cuts. Is that correct? No, that's not correct. So the only difference between the deep cut blade and the fine point blade is the degree on the angle of the blade itself. You should not use a different blade than the blade that Cricut intends, unless for some reason you've already tested it. Like for some reason, Becca, do you remember what it was? I know you're super busy. Was it a foam that we were using and it said to cut it with one blade, but it didn't cut with one blade on the setting?
So we did it the other one.
So we did it the other way. It's kind of like,
right,
it's kind of like that.
Foam. Yeah.
But I would not just like start cutting your cardstock with a deep cut blade. It just is a matter of changing your blade or changing the setting. The problem here is if you use a blade that you shouldn't be using for material, you could cut through your mat even and ruin that mat, and we wouldn't want you to do that. Now, is that like a big no-no? No, do it if you want to. But I'm just saying, you hearing that is not super correct information. I don't think that it's like solving your issue. It seems to be like an around the bush solve. Like, yeah, just use this blade. When the reality is your blade new? Are you using it with the proper setting? Is your housing all the way in your clamp? You know, things like that. We want to get you to be able to use the correct blade especially with something as simple as cardstock, you should not have to use that deep cut blade. Especially if you don't have it, don't buy one, for sure. Good question, though. Thank you for asking that, Miss April. Thank you, thank you. Let me see. Yes, thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. Remember, yeah, I'll show the cut files. Yeah, let me go ahead and plug this in. I'm happy to. I'll just show a couple of them, some of my favorites, or we'd be here for a while because there are a lot of cut files. Becca's made a lot of them.
Did you show them? Did you show them the blanket?
Show you my blanket. This has to load anyways. Look at what Becca made me. Let me make my.
So this blanket we made on New Year's Day, but this is with all of the most of the files that were launched today. So holiday files, super cute. And there are two versions of them. There's a bold color palette and a muted color palette.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Becca made this for my baby. She made it for Charlie, and I can't wait. My mom got me a Winnie the Pooh birth milestone, like 1 month, 2 months, 12 months. And here's the thing, you get gifted a lot of those. I've had a friend who's gotten 5.
Oh.
Like, how are you going to pick from that many to put your baby each month? But I have never seen one of these where you put your baby in it and you put a wreath or something over the holiday. Never seen one. I think it is the cutest idea ever. And so unique, because again, a lot of people have birth stat things for the months, or not birth stat, but birth milestones for the months, but not like this. I think it is so cute. Okay, so let me get this going first. Let me get this going. I don't want to miss any of your comments either. We'll show a couple of these cut files. Becca will have to tell me what some of her favorites are. Mm-hmm. And I'll upload them all, then show them like that. I think that might be easier to do. So let me get here. And these are on Design Space. The ones that you guys will be able to find are in a Dropbox folder that Miss Becca puts on Facebook. It's one folder, and she just updates the folder. So you get to go every Monday and see the brand new cut files that have been launched.
Yeah, and as soon as our site has launched, the correct site has launched.
The correct site.
They'll all be under a cut file tab under the menu, and so we won't have to use the Dropbox link anymore.
I am ready.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm flipping you over now.
Okay, sweet. Okay. Gosh, we're going to end up having like 40. Oh, we're going to have to be careful.
So many fun ones.
There's so many fun ones. I'll go through these and let you guys kind of see these. So there's, as you can see, if you see doubles on here, number one, there's sometimes an SVG and PNG, which is why you see double. And then here especially you'll see several because like Becca said, there are 2 different color palettes that she has uploaded. Which is so generous. So generous. One just wasn't enough. So she's got you so many different options for this. I think they turned out so stinking cute. There's a lot of card options. Here we have like the ice cream cone card. This card that she made the other day. Absolutely adorable.
Was there a new card at the top?
This one, yeah. Yeah. You want me to add it?
No. That's not a card. That's a lipstick tube.
What?
And you can put candy down in it, and it's for like a Valentine thing. But no, the one to the left.
Okay,
all
yeah.
the way to the left.
Yeah.
The P.S. I love you one.
Okay, we'll take that one too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We'll grab some of these. I've got a lot to go through.
Yeah, you do.
Which one of these are your favorite, Becca?
I love the champagne bottle with the glasses.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just go.
I really like that one, and then I like the PNG. Yeah.
This
the
one?
3, 2, 1. Yeah. I
Love it.
that one.
Okay. See?
There's so many. I mean, toilet paper, Do the Right Thing is probably my favorite cut file I've ever made.
Go away one chin.
It's so
Come
funny.
on. This is gonna take forever to do.
Robin says, "Ooh, your picture-in-picture is so fancy."
My
Your
what?
picture in the picture.
Oh, is my picture in the picture?
It always is, yeah.
Hi guys. Way up here in the corner.
I mean, they don't really expect you to look at the camera if you're looking down.
No, you can't really.
Not.
But
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
I
just like it because if someone happens to pop in, then they know that there's like an actual human there too. Yeah.
Becca's just a much better
Yeah.
producer than me. Is really what it is.
No, that's not what that means.
No, that's.
The Be Creative is super cute.
Well, you know, I'm including him.
Oh my gosh, I forget how many there are. There's so many.
I know. Oh man, these are cute. So I hope Terry is paying good attention.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because this is what we're talking about here. And here's some sneak peeks. Oh gosh. Sneak peeks. Look at these. Let me overthink this. Hello, I'm probably anxious. This one, I cannot put it big enough on a shirt. Honest to the good Lord.
She's probably gonna have a sticker for her computer out of it. Wait, you don't have stickers on your computer.
I will make it the entire,
Please do.
the entire size. I swear. Now we uploaded a lot of these, guys, so give this a quick moment. Well, actually, while that's loading, I'll share with you our flock. Here's our flock. Look how beautiful. And this right here is where Becca has the cut file. So if you are a flock member, first of all, we'll see it right here, member requests. And Becca, me, and Anna are on this pretty darn regularly to make sure all you new guys are added into the flock very quickly. So you can see it's just the place to be. From, look at that, beautiful. From like questions to suggestions. We have, again, some member-only content. And right here's where all the cut files are. So if you click that, you can just click on that Dropbox link and it'll take you here to Dropbox. And here's all the cut files, every single one of them. Now you can go through here and grab those. And then here's what I like to do up here. Favorite this. So you can add a bookmark and you can favorite that. Let me check on our cut files. Oh, they're all here and they're all adorable. Okay. So we'll go one by one. Look at this one. This was for a tray. We made this live. It ended up looking absolutely adorable. So Dear Santa, we've got cookies, forward, and this love here, this is so you guys can add in your own font. So this one, I think we had Love Beckett and Fallon on it, or Love Fallon. We had something on here. You can add your own font on here. It's just super cute. And again, Becca has SVGs and PNGs of most of these so that you guys can go in here, change colors if you want to. Yeah, however you want to do that. So here's one for Christmas that we love. Here's one that Becca made for New Year's, and just look at the texture. Look at the glitter, look at the sparkles, look at the colors. It's so stinking cute. I love it. So 3, 2, 1, this is great. And one thing that I love about cut files like this is you can use elements you like in them for other things. If you like the disco ball, use the disco ball in something else. Use the little glitter like, I don't know, star things for something else. So we love cut files like that. This one is hysterical. It is an empty toilet paper roll that says do the right thing. How, you can't even beat that. It's adorable. Do the right thing. And there was another one that we didn't add in here. What did it say, Becca? Be the change. Something about being the change.
Yeah, something about everyone wants to change the world, but nobody wants to change the toilet paper. Be the change. Yeah.
Yes. Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change the toilet paper. It's hilarious. I love it. So that's a really funny one. This one I resonate with. Today I ate a cupcake with no sprinkles. Diets are hard. Yeah. Now, Becca, this is hand lettered. This is hand lettered. Look at the difference. Look how Becca is just, she's mastering the art of hand lettering. It's amazing. I love her different styles that she has. This was one of the first cut files she created, and it's one of my favorites. You serious, Clark? Of course, it's from the Christmas Vacation. If you haven't seen it, it's got his hat and everything, Cousin Eddie. I love it. This one is the card she was talking about. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, that's what you were making today. Oh, so when I came in, Becca was cutting something with the Glowforge, and I was like, what's that? And it looked like a little piece of paper. Look how cute this is. So you've got your insert, and this is adorable, Becca.
Thank you.
Too stinking cute.
So I'm doing it that way, but also I haven't uploaded it yet because I haven't decided exactly how I want to differentiate between the two in our website, but I'm also saving it for Glowforge use. So, for instance, if I wanted to score those lines with a Glowforge, I have to save it in a different way. So I'm currently working on figuring out how I'm going to do all of that, but it's really cute. I'll bring it over and let you see.
Yeah. So that's that one. Love that one. This was one of Becca and mine. Our favorite. Thank you. Is it dry?
Well,
kind of, relatively.
This still has the paper on it, and it's not glued. It's not
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Or painted or any of that.
Okay.
It's just cut out.
This is one of our favorite ones from New Year's. It says Pop Fizz Clink. Look how stinking cute that is, number one. Becca has worked so hard on this. But again, this is the good example. So you can see over here in the layers panel how many pieces there are to this, I would cut this champagne bottle out, use it for other things, use these little glasses for other things. It's just, this is such a cute cut file with a lot going on, which means you have a lot to work with, so I love that one. Look at this one. Look at this one. I'm not a control freak, but you're doing it wrong. I love it. Look at the colors. This is so stinking cute. This is definitely one of my favorites. I love that. I love it. Okay. This one, you can't beat it. Gold weight, one chin. One chin, that's it. Becca has a very nice collection of me when she's taking my thumbnails for these photos, which if you don't know what a thumbnail is, it's the picture you see before we go live. We didn't have one today. We're not perfect. Get over it.
We're working on it. I was doing it during this, and then all hell broke loose with our website. So, yeah, whatever.
You know, but though it's usually the photo you see before we go live. And Becca has quite a collection of me when she's testing the lighting with her camera, with me sticking my chins out, as many as I possibly can.
So good.
Sometimes I have 3 or 4. You know, I'm trying to set a record. But gold weight is truly one chin, and it's so stinking cute. And again, this is an SVG, so you can change the colors or whatever. This one it just hits me deep in my soul, and that is the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake. So she has this. She's incorporated this in a couple different cut files as well, which is great. This one, of course, Becca made this one just for me for a live stream I did on teaching you guys how to make pop sockets, which, by the way, is stinking adorable. I love that video. So cute. And it just says be creative. I love it. Use the word creative. Cut the word creative out. Use the B. Like you can just go up here, delete. And now you have your B. You can just use your B for whatever. You can change the color if you want to. It's amazing. And then this one, this was another one of the first ones that Becca did. Just here for the Canberry sauce. She does have this on her laptop.
Mm-hmm. I'm passionate about it.
There is currently a can of half-eaten cranberry sauce in the refrigerator.
Yep.
That's probably fuzzy by now.
Yeah.
But that's, you know.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. That's not the point. It's fine. But that is just some of the cut files that we have. I hope that Terry, that was just maybe the gold weight one chin. I hope that one was enough for Terry to just know she has to jump on board. Because who else has that type of sense of humor? Of course, it's fantastic. So do you want to show them this or me or this or?
Let's go overhead.
Yeah. So here's.
This isn't painted. It still has the masking paper on it and everything. But you can see kind of another way that you can use that card file is in this way, and super cute. The letters are cut out of MDF board, and so I'll paint them and glue them on top. It'll be 3D. Super cute.
This is also one thing I've always loved about Fallon is how she says Becca's name. It's M-O-M-O.
Oh,
she calls her Mama. You know, but she spells it like Mama. It's it's pretty good.
Yeah.
How does she spell Wayne?
Fallon, how do you spell Daddy?
D.
What's next? I think she says it right. I think she does it right. Yeah.
D-A-D-D-Y?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Not D-A-D-A or anything, but you're M-O-M-O.
Momo.
Momo, did you hear? Momo. Look at this little E. My heart. My heart.
Yeah.
This little bitty E.
Look at the K. There's like no talk. Yeah.
You know, that's fine.
He doesn't love,
That's fine.
It's quick and done. That's his
Quick.
Yeah.
Quick and done. Now, Fallon will sit there and spell her name over and over and over and over. Yes. But no, this is adorable. I'm going to slide over here because I'm terrified that I'm going to.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. Question, to join the flock, is it one price or a monthly price? That's a fantastic question. Right now, the way to join is to purchase our course, our Craft with a Flock course, and it is $59 currently. It's normally $69, but it's $59 right now. And with that purchase, you get free access to the flock through May 31st. So it's like free membership through May 31st, basically.
It is. It's not like for it.
No,
is.
it is.
It's free membership.
So that's a one-time fee. You that is not recurring. If you want to join when the actual membership launches, then you will have to, basically tell us that you want to do that and actually physically make the purchase.
Yeah.
After that, your choice would be monthly or annually, whichever one you choose.
Yeah, but again, we're not limiting you on what you get in the membership depending on the tier that you purchase. The only advantage to getting yearly is going to be that it's going to be a lower price. We're not holding any of the content or resources back from you guys because, again, me and Becca are on fixed incomes, and we get that. I would not be able to give $200 in one payment to somebody, but I most likely could definitely do $20 a month, and that makes sense for us and 80% of the rest of the population. So we do not want to penalize someone for that. And, you know, we just want to be reasonable. We want to be reasonable. That was a great question, though. This has been a fun live.
It has
We've
been.
went in a lot of different directions. You guys have got to see some first-hand troubleshooting with some odd things. Did we get it fixed?
So what happened was our web dev team made some mock-ups.
Yes.
Back in November. We did not like any of them. This was one of the mock-ups, so I'm not sure what. Yeah, not sure why it's even still there because
They got sent to one of those.
yeah, we 100% redesigned the entire thing. Anne and I 100% completely redesigned it.
There was typos and everything in that thing.
Well, and images that weren't just
no.
They just used them as placeholders and things like that, and I get that, but I don't know why. I have no idea. We don't know how it happened.
But that's the page they got sent to
That's
today?
the page they got sent to.
Lovely.
A page
Wonderful.
that will never and was never going to be
Wonderful.
on our site. So we're figuring it out. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We did have a friend who wanted to join today who emailed, thank goodness, thank you, and said, once the site is back up, let me know, because she wants to purchase. So as soon as that's back
We're
up.
so sorry.
Yes, so very sorry about that.
Yeah, as soon as we know something, you'll know something. But thank you all for bearing with us through that and for helping.
Yeah,
Because
it's
again,
so
we would not
helpful.
know if you all did not tell us.
And it never came up that way for me. I restarted
either.
my phone, my computer, clicked all the links. It still never came up for me that way.
It's like you are customer service.
It was
for
very
us.
interesting.
You're a part of the team. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
And you always have been. But this is just an exceptional community. We are so blessed to have all of you guys, even viewers. Just thank you for viewing. I know we talk a lot about the flock, but we also love our viewers. If you can't afford to join with us right now, if you want to watch for a couple more weeks to get to know Becca and I more, we totally understand that. Thank you for supporting us by watching these. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for leaving your comments. And most importantly, though, thank you guys to our flock members who just kind of dove off the cliff and took the plunge in here with us, because this is going to be a wild ride, and we are very excited to see what 2022 brings for Oak and Lamb. So excited.
Yep, absolutely.
So excited. So thank you guys so much. We went a little bit over today, but I hope we got all your questions answered. I don't like leaving any questions unanswered. If there are any, if you're watching this later on, I reply to every single comment here on YouTube, so I would love to help you out if you have any more questions about any of these crickets on the table. We would love to help you make a decision on which one is right for you. Or if you would like to have another one as a supplementary machine, we'd like to help you there too. But whenever we do get our website up and running, again, the flock is $10 off, and we would love for you guys to join. We will let you know when that is fixed. We're so sorry, but thank you for bearing with us. If you have snow, we hope you enjoy the rest of your snow this evening. It's already melting for me, and again, it's not on the roads. We might get more later. Who knows? Becca, are we supposed to get any more snow?
No, we're not.
No more snow.
Nope.
This is it. This is it. So we hope you guys have a great afternoon. Thank you all for coming. Becca will be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Yay! So you'll see Becca tomorrow. We'll see you all then at 1 p.m. I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.